Welcome back to All Things Dope, and I got an answer to this question. Has EA officially killed Call of Duty? And the short answer is definitely going to be yes, absolutely. At least what Call of Duty has shown us in this Infinite Warfare beta, it's just not fun. It's become a mess, really is what it is. Frustrating mess at that, just because of the fact that it tries to be all of these different things, and it's not really good at delivering on any of those things, and that's become a problem, especially when you have EA who's bringing out not just one shooter or two shooters, but they technically have three shooters. They have Battlefield 1, they have Titanfall 2, and they even have Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, which is an amazing shooter. It's definitely better than this Infinite Warfare beta I've been playing. The Infinite Warfare beta has been a job to freaking play. Like, it is ridiculously insane to play this game. It almost feels like torture to even have to play. I want to play it because I'm a Call of Duty fan and I have a lot of loyalty to the overall Call of Duty world, but honestly, the game is terrible. It's literally terrible. The hit detection is terrible. It's probably the worst hit detection I've ever seen in my life. Anytime that you go back and you watch the kill cams, you can see just bullets just flying right next to the guy, but never hits the guy and the guy just falls over and dies. That is ridiculous. In 2016, the guys who invented pretty much the first-person shooter can't get it right. And it's ridiculous. Why is anyone wanting to pay $80 for the bundle? This isn't the only thing. There's a $60 package, there's an $80 package, there's a $100 package, there's a $120 package that you can buy of Call of Duty, and none of these joints are any kind of good at all. I would definitely not recommend picking up Call of Duty this year. The reason that Battlefield 1 is doing so good right now is because it's accurate. Yes, the gameplay is a little bit slower paced than I would like it to be, but it's accurate. When I go to shoot somebody, I'm actually shooting somebody. This is a joke. There are dead zones in the controllers. The hit detection is totally off. Honestly, the game feels like it's a reskin. Like it's a reskin of Black Ops 3. Like, honestly, with everything in there. Maybe they change out a few animations here and there, but it honestly feels like a reskin of Black Ops 3, but not in a good way. I would say that they probably were working on something else, because you have a 3-year cycle, right? You have a 3-year development plan to make the best Call of Duty that you can make. And it feels like they were probably about a year, maybe a year and a half into it, and the guys over at Activision were like, this isn't going to work, this is not good, let's scrap this, just reskin this. That's the only thing that makes sense as far as like why this game is so terrible. It feels very rushed, it feels reskinned, and it doesn't do anything, doesn't improve on anything. That's one thing that's been pretty consistent with Call of Duty, is it always improves year over year. They add a little bit more, add a little bit more, add a little bit more. This year, I don't feel like they've added anything. Honestly, I feel like they've taken about 2 or 3 steps back. It's a terrible game. It is not fun at all. But back to the original question, has EA officially killed Call of Duty? Yes, the long answer. Call of Duty has failed this year miserably. So enter EA. EA has the best shooters out there this year. If you want a truly military experience, Battlefield 1. If you want a futuristic shooter, Titanfall 2. If you just want an overall fun shoot 'em up game, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Honestly, the best shooters in their respective class. That is the problem with Call of Duty, is they're trying to be all 3 of these things and are not delivering on any of them. Yes, there is a bit of a futuristic feel to it, but overall, it's hit and miss. The military aspect is totally gone. It doesn't feel like anybody's working together or feels like a team of any kind. And it's just not fun, like at all. It's not a fun game because you have quick scoping going on left and right. There's a sniper fest on every map in the very far reaches of each corner. And as soon as you respawn, you walk out the door, boom, you're dead. How? How is it even possible? The quick scoping is ridiculous in 2016. There should be no quick scoping. Seriously, this is the worst feature in any game because it's not realistic. No one is running around in the real world with a giant sniper rifle just quick scoping cats. It doesn't happen like that. That's the most frustrating portion of the game thus far. But EA's got it down to a science. They understand that sniping is a real aspect. So there is no real quick scoping in Battlefield 1. It is a rarity. It can happen, yes, just because of the way that the game controls work in the video game. It can happen, but it happens a lot less frequently because of the way that the map and the world is laid out. It does not really it does not really cater to those quick scopers. So I do like that aspect of it, but it is a true military shooter. Titanfall 2, the game is fun, and it's a fantastic futuristic shooter. I mean, it gives me everything that I want. It has fast-paced action, it has that futuristic feel and tone, and it really is what I wanted a Call of Duty game to be. Plus, EA, all of these EA games have an extra level of gameplay, because Call of Duty is going to have the campaign, which is always, it's not very good because it's a rail shooter, man. It's a rail shooter, scripted shooter. You have to go here, you have to do this, and if you decide to go to this point but you want to walk around like this, it's impossible. You have to go the actual direction that they want you to go every single time without question. If not, you don't pass the game. You will fail the mission if you divert just a tad bit. And that's ridiculous. It's an old, tired, played out type of first-person shooter campaign. It needs to go away. It's so terrible. So I am glad to see that Battlefield 1 has a bit of a change-up with their campaign. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare has an open-world campaign. That's awesome. And Titanfall 2 has a different type of campaign world that they have at least showed us in their trailers, that it's not going to be the exact same as what it would be in a Call of Duty, so I'm excited for that. But ultimately, all of these games have an extra level that Call of Duty just unfortunately does not have. And Call of Duty, I have to declare, it's dead this year. 2016, it is dead. And they're going to have to do a lot to really bring it back to fruition. Them packaging on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster is really the only saving grace that this game has. And I know that they have to have that because they don't want to cannibalize, right? They don't want to put Call of Duty Remastered against Infinite Warfare, because Infinite Warfare will lose every single time versus Call of Duty Remastered. And that sucks, man. But the guys who made this game over here, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, are the same guys that made Titanfall 2. And Titanfall 2 is a much, much, much better game, absolutely hands down, every day of the week. Who's going to be getting my money this year? It's going to be Titanfall 2. And I'm even looking at Battlefield 1 because I do like that military aspect. Yes, the gameplay is a lot slower than I would like it to be. It's forcing me to be a team player, which I am not normally necessarily a team player in first-person shooters. So it's an interesting dynamic, but I'm open to it because of the fact that Call of Duty sucks so bad. Really, if you're still in the market to buy Call of Duty this year, good luck. I don't know anyone right now who really wants to pay any kind of money for Call of Duty. Maybe if it went on sale, maybe. But everyone that I've talked to who's played the beta totally hates the game, saying that it sucks, it's the worst Call of Duty ever, and it is. As far as getting the most out of every bit of money that you spend on a game this year, the biggest aspect is that it should be fun. And Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is not fun at all. It is probably the most frustrating game I've played in a long time, just because of the fact that you cannot run the map the way that you should because there's a sniper on the far end of every single corner. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, and I get it, right? That's part of the game. That is totally part of the game. But the way that the levels are designed, they have the upper hand. If you're not sniping in the game, it's like, what are you even doing? Why would you run around the map when you could just get in the corner, pitch a camp, and just pop dudes off? It doesn't make any kind of sense. So with that in mind, I would absolutely say Call of Duty, you're officially dead. Not just to me, but to the majority of your followers. Unfortunately, it's not a game that I would recommend to anybody. In fact, when I have people come up to me, even parents that come up to me and they ask, what game should I get my kid this year for Christmas? And the first thing I say is not Call of Duty. That game is terrible. It's a terrible game. It's not fun at all. I know I'm focusing a whole lot on the fun factor, but really, that's where your money is going. I mean, as a guy that's played plenty of video games, $60 really is a lot of money when you're looking at, like, if you're just doing one thing. You have to get the most out of that $60, and if the game is not fun, it is a total waste of time. If it's a game that you only play like 3 or 4 times, total waste of money. If you're going to be playing this game every day for like 3 or 4 months, you want that game to be fun on some level. And Call of Duty just isn't that for me anymore. But I want to know what you guys think. Is Call of Duty fun to you? Did you have fun playing the Infinite Warfare beta? If you did, let me know why. I mean, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But for the majority of everyone that I've spoke to about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, they are not touching it. They're not buying it. They're not looking at it. The beta, the second online beta is going on right now, and nobody's playing it because it's terrible. Anyways, guys, my name is Chris Vargas, and I'm out. Peace.